I didn't mean to do that at all either. It's 11:11 here. I'll screenshot that. Um, yeah, so the title here is quite interesting, and I'll show my mug through this because this is a serious talk here. I figured to go live while it's fresh in our minds right now, and yeah, I didn't know who to really hit up right now. It's a little late. I didn't want to disturb anyone with text or phone calls like check this out, so I'm just gonna put it out here like this right now, so we're just having a chat at the moment about it. And so yeah, this weekend we went up into the mountains here and to check out a Bigfoot sighting report area. What's up, Tina? Good evening. I don't know if you read the title there, but it's quite the title, huh? um So we went up into the mountains here, and I took my brother and two of my nephews, and we did it overnight in this particular area. Greetings, Aunt Inge. Good to see you. It's been a while. Um, and so yeah, we decided to pick this spot because it was the closest and furthest away we could get from the city. It's like it was far enough and close enough. What's up, Gerald? Are you up, Gerald? I wasn't sure, man. I wanted to hit you up, but I figured it was kind of late. And so I was like, you know what? Let me just go live right now and we could talk about this. Good evening. Glad you're here. Monisha, greetings. What's up, Chi? Hope everyone's doing well. And so yeah, so we head into the mountains here because there's this sighting report, uh, and it was from 1995, so it's been a while. But I don't, that to me it doesn't matter. I'd like even older reports, and still like going to check out the areas if I could. I think there's something there when there's historical stuff. And yeah, you're all, yep, you guys are the night owls. That's what's up. What's up, Woo Reezy? And so I just been itching. I mean, I got to go up north a couple times this year, and so that was great. But the itch, once you get that bug, it's just like you can't stop. And it's, for me, it's been quite a change, especially moving back to Southern California as to when I was up north. I was in the environment, it was there. I could walk outside, and the possibilities of you know encountering one of these things was very high, and it happened. There was one sighting that I talk about that happened on our property, and then I had a second one which was further up north in the county, and this is Humboldt. It was a road cross sighting, and the first one was on a dirt road on the property, so it was both kind of roadside thing. But so I've had sightings before, and I've had a lot of things happen to me throughout the years that I've talked about that I relate to these beings. And people, I guess a lot of people, everyone has their experiences or stories and stuff. And then another thing that was happening on the property that I talk about were the orb phenomenon. So there was both of those things happening, and the sighting, it built up to the sighting. The first time on the property, it was things that were happening. It was small things that I was paying attention to that were happening around, that I was taking note of, and things just built up to that. And then the second time it happened, I think it might have been a few years later, and it was just, I was just always aware anytime I was on the roads out there or anywhere outside in that county or anywhere up north. It's just, it was my thing. It was just, I guess you could say it was like over or hyper aware, or trying to be hyper aware of these things, and you notice stuff. And and so yeah, I've always kind of been like that with everything, and even the sky watching. I'm always looking up, and yeah, we see things. You know, you guys capture stuff, and we've been capturing a lot of stuff. What's up, Smoochie? I'm always awake at this hour, Smoochie. Why are you awake? I'm glad you're awake. Um, and so I'm not really reading the comments so I could stay on track here, but you guys chop it up. Um, and so things have happened throughout the years. So and I feel like a lot of times there's situations. A lot of times things don't happen. You go to places, you try things, and things don't happen. But it's been quite a few years that I've been into this, and so throughout that time, things have happened. I could count certain amount of things that I could relate to this subject and stuff. And then not to mention all the weird stuff in the skies now that have been happening even here now. And things have happened even way back when I lived out here in Southern California. That here and there there's stuff that I could think back to, like, oh yeah, there's some weird things that we had seen, but as of late it just all ramped up, and I'm sure for a lot of more people and us being more aware about all this stuff and sharing information and the internet and all that, so I'm sure everything's ramping up. So anyway, so we go to this spot up here, and it's funny because a YouTuber actually did a video on it, and I'm subscribed to him, and I haven't heard from him in a while. And he happened to go to this particular area because of this particular sighting report as well. And the videos from like 7 years back, shared it in the community page, so you could check that out. He goes up there, and this particular spot, it was the gates were locked, so he couldn't go into this area. And I had left a comment because I looked into the sighting report a little further just to kind of confirm the date and what had happened. And coming to find out, it was supposedly 2 miles north of the campgrounds that we were at. And but this all this area here, I've heard of stuff happening. There's some other reports from some other campgrounds further down and within the area. And then I used to know someone that actually covered this area too and had gone out with them, and we've talked about this before, and we found certain stuff that was very familiar to the stuff that I was finding up north, and where people were finding in different places. And so it was interesting to see that some of that activity was happening here, and I believe that activity is possibly these beings doing this stuff, right? And so I'm like, yeah, they're here. And when you look into some of the reports in Southern California, these areas come up too. And I've talked about also a report I heard on the news once. No, no, not wasn't the news. It was a well-known radio station here in Los Angeles, Power 106. And this was way back in the day. I think it was like the Baker Boys were DJing, and they had like a call-in show where people would call in with weird stuff. And this lady had called in and said that she had had a sighting up here in the Azusa Mountains, which is not far either. Same chain of mountains as San Gabriel's. And so yeah, I remember hearing that and I was like, whoa, what the heck? And yeah, now that I look into it more, there's all types of reports and stuff. And actually Los Angeles, even in the BFRO database, Los Angeles is up there with reports. And so that's a trip if you look into that and you check that out for yourself. Um, and so yeah, I feel like they're here. And then I just wonder, if they come and go or what the deal is, if they're staying, if they're local. And there's been other things. There's actually another there was a news report of this guy who got a video off the 210 freeway, and it's this, like, it almost looks like a little monkey or something going through the trees. And my buddy Jonathan, Western Bigfoot exploration, he thinks it was like a leaf or something like that. So it's very possible, but it's blurry, hard to see. But I just thought that was interesting because that's at basically at the foothills of these areas. And so it could be that it is something or nothing. But so there's been other stuff and all types of other weird paranormal and I think even some dogman stuff that I had heard of lately, but who knows about that. And so we head up there, and we decided to spend one night. And as soon as we got there, there was a right near the entrance of the campgrounds. There's a bad wreck, and you'll see how that goes down. I was kind of putting the video together today, and it's gonna be a pretty long one, and I think it's gonna be a two-part. And there's quite a bit of footage. There's gonna be some night vision footage. What's up, Vanessa Van Gold? I see Van Gold Freedom in here. What up? And some thermal footage. And and obviously I got some footage with my phone, which I usually do. And so yeah, so we did a night walk around the campgrounds and noticed across the mountains from us, um these weird lights right at the ridge, and in other, like, there's one that was kind of like in the middle of the mountain. And we're questioning it, could it be hikers and campers and stuff, but it was pretty late and it was super cold, really cold for Southern California standards. I think it might have been even colder than up north this time around. um and super windy. And that person that wrecked, they got super lucky. They almost, I'll let you know now, they almost went over the mountain, and you'll see a small clip of that. Uh, so cold, super cold night, and we set up whatever, and we had the energy to get out there. We walked the campgrounds, and we're therming and night vision, and hearing little sounds, and could be regular wildlife and stuff. And at some point, my nephew, he starts getting some hits. So I'm teaching him how to use the gadgets and all that. And one of my nephews has the thermal, and he starts getting some hits, and he's letting us know. And so I'm like, oh, yeah, make sure you're recording. And and I'm just listening, and doing my thing there. And there was another point where he's getting hits again. And this is in a different area. Like I said, we kind of moved around, checking out the whole area there. And it's dark, late night, but it was kind of bright because we just had the full moon, so it was kind of a perfect mix. And yeah, so he got a couple hits, and then at some point we were heading back to camp, and he seen something through the thermal and wasn't able to capture it, but he described it as it like crouching down and kind of running off. But he didn't really describe at the time what it looked like. So I figured maybe some sort of typical wildlife. And super bear country up there. We've seen the signs and everything, and we know they actually come down pretty close to the foothills. But so yeah, so he got the hits and whatever. We get back, had a blast, and I'm going through some of the footage. I'm like I typically do, and putting a video together and all this, and going through the stuff. And then I noticed that, and I sent some of the guys the footage, some of the footage and stuff. And I noticed on one of them, it looked like almost like a bear. I was like, oh yeah, that's that one hit that he talked about. And it looked interesting, kind of, sat around for a bit and takes off, and it kind of goes in through the bushes. And then I was going through another video, and then I noticed what looked like a subject, and he had it on, I think it was like for red hot. And this thing, and my nephew, he's new to the thermal, so it's a little bit not a little bit, it's quite a bit shaky. But there were some points where he was pretty stabilized. And anyway, he points at this. There's a few things in this clip that were kind of hitting red, but couldn't really make anything out. So it could have been rocks or something. But he points at this tree at a distance, and at the base of the tree is this white figure. Because the red, kind of, I guess if it's not fully hot, it kind of has this white outline to it, and then when it picks up on the a lot of heat, then it'll get that red. And so it's this white color that stands out, and it's the shape of like almost like humanoid. It's humanoid, not almost. It's humanoid. and it seems to be almost like crouched down at the base of this tree too. And so he gets a good hit on it, and then he turns away, almost like he wasn't sure if it was maybe something or nothing. And he turns away, and then but he turns back to it and he gets it on, and I think he might have even zoomed in on it a bit. And this thing, and you can make out a head and everything. It dips behind the tree, so you could see it move, and it moves behind the tree. And it's just the oddest thing. And yeah, so I went ahead and took a clip of it. I watermarked it. And Gerald, since you're up, I'll go ahead and send you a copy of it and see what you think, and maybe you could do something with it and help me out here. I wouldn't mind your help with this. And then yeah, I guess my other guys that I usually get in touch with, I'll hit them up in the morning and have them go through this also. So anyway, you guys have a little heads up here. And so this is kind of I think it's gonna delay the video a bit since I'm focusing on this part here. But yeah, hopefully later this week we'll have that video, the trip up, at least the night part, and then I'll do the day part as a part two. So anyway, that's what's going on. Yeah, I see a lot of people jumped into the chat here. Good to see everyone. Just a heads up. And so I'll go ahead, since you guys are here and we're talking about this, I'll go ahead and maybe I'll drop a short version, and I'll drop the clip in a video version also. So I'll work on that right now. So maybe in a few minutes they'll be up. So this is super exciting, and I missed a bunch. I see Denise is in here. I missed a bunch of the DG Sean. What up? J Mac in Oregon. What's up, bud? Good to see everyone. Yeah, so I missed a bunch of comments here. If there's anything you want me to really read or didn't want me to miss, drop it in the comments. Also, you could get, I'm easy to get a hold of too. So let's see. I'm trying to read, which video do you want timestamped? Oh, we haven't released it yet. We're about to drop it right now, so you'll be able to go through it and all that. But if you want like to do your own analysis of it, yeah, I'll probably get at me, drop me a message, and then we could talk about that and see, work that out, because I do want to get my people uh their version of it. So send them a copy of what I got here. So super excited. Yeah, no, this is, I think, something else. And there's been videos before that I've posted where I think it's these beings. But and even a recent one from this last trip to Bluff Creek, there was a timestamp, and Gerald helped me with that. I appreciate that. And I don't know how Gerald feels about it, but I feel like it's something, there's definitely something there. And I had Latchkey Hustle on YouTube. He took a look at it, and haven't heard back from him, but he felt like there was something there. He sent me a rough version of what he thought, and so I sent them a copy of that too. And it's interesting stuff. And there's been other videos, like I said, that I've got like that. So hopefully soon I'll be able to like do a little compilation of these like very interesting vids. What's up, Wild Man? Yeah, watch, bro. You're gonna trip. Wild Man is gonna rock your world, bro. You're gonna flip out. And if you should get down here, because we're gonna head back up here real soon. This is pretty serious, so we gotta go do a follow-up, and just to see what else is going on before they close the area up there, I think, for the season. So that's a possibility. Like I said, that YouTuber went up and the gates were locked. So who doesn't want to, why is Derek arguing? He's arguing with himself right now. Yeah, you see, Gerald, there's definitely something there, man. And there's other videos, Gerald, that I would like to redo also, that I know there's something there, and those videos have been posted, but it's just they haven't gotten. And it's cool, whoever sees it, but man, I think some of those vids should be seen by a whole lot of people. And we're all about receipts. I love having That's why I love having the gear, because you could bring some of this information back, and we have actual data, right? So yeah, Jared, I won't keep you guys up any longer. Wow, man, get at me, bro. Seriously, we're gonna head back up there. It'd be good to have you come spend a few nights up in the mountains. Hit me up. Let me know what's up. And anyone else serious about this that's in the area, let me know. You guys, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate your support. You guys stay safe, and they are out there, y'all. Peace. One love.